Well, hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about 3 really useful reasons to practice Qigong today and basically anytime, but particularly today. Now, Qigong practice is wonderful. I mean, I'm a little bit biased, but I think it's such a wonderful tool to help us feel healthy, to feel clear-minded, to feel vibrant, to help us calm down. And in this day and age, I think we actually, for some reason, really need more of that. We need that clarity. We need that calmness. There's a lot going on right now. So many people are experiencing a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of tension, a lot of worry, a lot of excessive emotions. This is so common these days. So we need as many tools as we can to help ourselves. And Qigong practice definitely is one of them. So in this video, we're going to talk about 3 different reasons why you should be practicing today. And the whole purpose is to actually just give you a little bit of inspiration and positive encouragement to practice. And perhaps you're already practicing. And if you are, please feel free to let me know in the comment section. Let me know how long have you been practicing for, and possibly even what kind of benefits you receive. Something like you feel relaxed, or you feel energized, or you can see clearly. All right, so thank you everyone for joining live. And if we haven't met before, my name is Jeffrey Chand. I have a little something. Yeah, I'm Jeffrey Chand, an acupuncturist, practitioner of traditional Chinese medicine, and Qigong instructor. And we create lots of free videos on YouTube, on Facebook, and we also have many other Qigong videos in the community. And this is a collection of lots of different Qigong videos, some that are short as 5 minutes, some as long as an hour, and we're always adding to it. So, and it's great. I love the energy behind it. I love the skill. I love learning from people who are practicing. So here are some reasons why we should be practicing Qigong. Now, the first reason that I sort of already alluded to is the idea of self-care. Now, there's so many things that are happening right now, so many new emotions and states of health and dis-ease or disease that we're experiencing, and we just need to take care of ourselves. Now, if you can go for a massage or for some sort of treatment or some therapy, or you could see your doctor, your naturopath, holistic medicine practitioner, it's great if you can go and receive something from the outside, but sometimes we also need to receive self-care from the inside. So that could be just stopping, drinking some nice tea, looking out the window, playing with your kids or with grandkids, or playing with a pet, spending time in nature, just doing things you actually truly enjoy. This is also a form of self-care. But Qigong practice, I think, is one of the best ways that we can take care of ourselves. It's one of the best ways that we can give ourselves that time, that energy, that attention that we so often desperately need. We also need a little bit of space. Like, we need space to be thinking, to be feeling, to be experiencing life, to be here now. We need space to process all the information that's coming at us. So many of my patients that I talk to say that oh, did you hear this in the news? Did you hear that? Did you read this? So someone told me that. We're getting all this information coming at us, and we need some time to actually process that. So Qigong practice is a good time to process, unwind, let it all sort of relax. So that's this side, no, that side. That's the reason number 1 is self-care. Self-care is an excellent reason to be practicing Qigong. Okay, so the next reason to be practicing Qigong, oops, wrong one. The next reason to be practicing Qigong is, it's actually in the name, it's a time to breathe naturally. We can use this time to just breathe naturally. Now, Qigong, Qi means energy or life energy, but it also can mean breath, and Gong means work. So it could be energy work, but it could also just be simply breath work. Some forms of Qigong are so incredibly physically simple, so it's not complicated to do lots of different movements, but the focus is just on the breath. Deep breathing, natural breathing, full breathing, slow breathing, fast breathing, all sorts of different types. Now, just breathing, I'm sure you already know, you're a highly educated group of people, and you probably already know all the benefits of deep breathing. It can lower cortisol levels, which are stress levels. It's good for oxygenation to help with blood circulation. It helps with the brain. So if we are feel like we're in that fight or flight mode, then deep breathing can help us relax and get into that wise part of our brain. It's good for managing lots of different health conditions, like if we hold a lot of tension in the stomach, if we worry too much. It can be helpful for high blood pressure, either just managing it or actually helping it if it's the root of the problem. So that, I mean, we can go on and on about all the benefits of breathing practices, but it doesn't need to be difficult. It doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to be like regimented or too regimented. All we need is the time. And we'll get more out of breathing practices if we do them regularly, like 5 minutes a day, 7 minutes a day, rather than saying, okay, I'm going to go to a breathing retreat and breathe for 8 hours a day for 3 days and that's it. No, it's better to actually just try to incorporate breathing naturally into our everyday life. And we can do this with really, really simple, short Qigong routines. Whether you want to stand and practice Qigong and you're feeling physically able to stand, or if you can't and you need to sit, or even if you need to lay down or lay down on a recliner. I taught a class that had a lot of people who were physically limited, and people brought these zero gravity chairs in. These are they look like lawn chairs, but they can recline and they're very, very comfortable to lay on. Looks like a Z. It's very comfortable on the body, and that's how they practiced. And so that's great. We can practice in so many different ways. Again, the important thing is just to practice. So those were the two first reasons, self-care and breathing practice. Now, the third reason to practice, which might be maybe the most important, it's very important, is the idea of returning to center. So returning to the center or returning to your center. Now, we've all had these moments in life. They could have been days or weeks, or it could have been just even an hour, where we've just felt calm. We felt peaceful. We felt aware and awake and clear-minded. We felt energized and relaxed at the same time. We've all had these moments. And these moments are there with us. It's kind of like something we're carrying in our backpack. They're always there with us. So sometimes in all the chaos and all the information and all the doom and gloom that's out there, we still have that calmness with us. We still have that clarity. It's in our backpack. So that's the idea of returning to center. I was going to try to do a demonstration with a string and a weight on the end and swing it around and say, like, we kind of return to center, but I was going to feel like I was hypnotizing, trying to do a hypnotizing session. But if you can imagine that, something swinging and moving like trees in the wind, gets blown around, but it comes back to the center. Now, this is the idea of returning to center. So there's definitely specific ways we can do that through specific practices, specific type of movements that can do that. But again, just allowing yourself to have that time to breathe, to be here, to be now. Just stop for a moment and let the tree kind of sit in the stillness. So we have that calmness with us all the time, and I really, really believe that if we've experienced it before, even for a moment, we still have that muscle memory or that mental memory with us, and we just have to remind ourselves and just invite ourselves to say, hey, maybe I can try to find it. So maybe you practice one day, and I'm just too distracted, I can't find it, and then next time you do it, you can find it. Maybe for 5 minutes, maybe for 5 seconds, but it's there. And I always want to encourage people to make sure to do what you can to try to find that calm, peaceful center. We actually have a routine called Return to Center. I'll show you a little clip of it here if I can find it. And it was, that's the whole idea. Yeah, and that's the whole idea, is that just gentle movements, deep breathing, trying to keep a strong and stable base, and we just come back to our center. And most of the time, it just takes a little bit of intention, a little bit of focus, a little bit of deep breathing to come back to our center. But we can do it. You can do it. We can all do it. Now, sometimes people will find that they practice Qigong and they said, wow, this is the most relaxed I've been in such a long time. And sometimes people will say, this is the most relaxed I've ever been. So that means that they're discovering a new calm center, a new really, really still center. A few weeks ago, I was out on a boat with a friend, and I was looking at the depth monitor of depth. I was going to say depth charger, but the thing that measures the depth of the ocean. You can see it's 30 feet, 50 feet, 20 feet, and all of a sudden it went down to 300 feet. And I remember looking down at the water and saying, like, look how still it is. Like, it's really dark and still. So we have that same sort of dark, in a good way, that really calm stillness within ourselves. That's a manifestation of the yin energy. So we have the bright, energized energy, the yang energy, and we have that yin stillness as well. So during a Qigong practice, in these days, maybe returning back to that center, finding that deep, still yin energy might be of benefit. So those are three different reasons why we can practice Qigong today. First is it's a great time for self-care. Number two, it's a great time to be practicing breathing. I mean, I know we all know we should be practicing breathing, but maybe we don't do it enough. So this is a good time. And the third reason is to help return to your center. Well, I want to thank you all for being here and participating and saying hello. And it's kind of fun doing these lives, just knowing that there are people in the real world and we're all connecting. And the idea of connecting too, I think a lot of people in the last little while have found connecting digitally to be something new. But and I know we can say this is not quite the same thing as being in the same room with people, and that's probably true. But I think this is a new way of connecting. If we allow ourselves to just kind of engage and be here and actually allow ourselves to find some sort of connection digitally, whether it's through Facebook or through emails or through YouTube or through live streaming, however it's going to be, we can have this new kind of connection. And that's the idea of being flexible and being able to find your way and find a way that works for you. So once again, thank you so much for visiting and watching the video. And if you're interested in Qigong practice, please come visit qigongforvitality.com, and you can join the community. And this is again the library of many different videos, and we're always adding to it. And we do a live monthly what we call the Chi Chat, where we all meet and discuss a topic, and it's always a little bit different, and it's always on the first Saturday of every month. So if you would like to join in for the next one, then please do feel free to come in. So thank you once again, and keep practicing, keep breathing, keep moving, looking forward. And just like a river flowing down a mountainside, it finds a way. We will find our way as well. We'll find our way through any challenges that are in front of us. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.